Bring the joy.
It's all about the joy, right? Welcome everyone to All About the Joy. I was having a great day till I tried to come on and started having technical difficulties as always. Am I still okay, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
They're just gonna lie to me now because they're like, we don't want her to be
No.
upset.
No, it's good.
Okay, I'm afraid to do this because it's gonna mess it up again, right? Like if I feel like if I do anything, it messes up
Nope,
stuff.
you're good. You're
No,
We're
good.
it's
good.
good.
We're good. Okay, welcome everyone to All About the Joy. I'm going to cut out that whole beginning part. I just want to say that Andrea is supposed to come on in a little bit. She's taking care of her kid, whatever. Like, she's like doing the mom thing, taking her from one thing to another. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? So actually, it was a text. This is old school. It was a text. And I just want to give a shout out to Joy because she was going to be on the show and she hurt herself. She's okay.
Oh.
She's fine. But I was like, girl, don't even worry about it. We got mad love for you. So we wanted to give her a shout out. And you know what's so sad? Because we were having that little bit of a problem before. I wanted to show that TikTok, but now I'm nervous to do it because anyways, we'll do it later. So how you doing? What's up, Cynthia? Let's start with you. Happy New Year. How you
Happy New
feeling?
Year. I'm finally back.
Yeah, why don't you tell our listeners who won't be on the what's going on?
Well, you might hear my voice go in and out. So since I've been sick, I don't know what happened to my voice, but it gets very raspy. So I tend to lose my voice here and there. So working on
Are you
that.
in
So,
pain?
huh?
Are you in pain at all though?
No, no. It just I don't know. It just gets raspy, and
Mm-mm-mm.
so yeah. So it'll go in and out,
Okay.
but it's doing good. Juan's doing better. I'm good.
So Juan had surgery, and at the same
Yes.
time he had surgery, you were rushed to the hospital.
Oh yes, it was a great Christmas.
It was a wonderful Christmas. But he's walking. Hey Melanie, how are
Hey Mel.
you?
Hey, Mel.
Um, but
Yes,
he's
he's
he's walking
walking.
around and he's doing
Yep.
better.
Yeah, yeah. So we actually did his post-op today. So he got the stitches
Hello.
out, and he's walking around. Doctor said everything's healing well, and next is going to be just physical therapy for him. But he's
I just
good.
want to give a shout out to Deborah. Hi, Deborah Valentine.
Hello,
I
hello,
want a
hello.
last name like that, Carmen Valentine. That's a nice last name, isn't it? And I'm sure he was really like I am, a very good and wonderful patient. Totally considerate and kind and loving to his caretakers, right?
So I'm doing good. So actually,
Yeah.
while he was in the hospital recovering, I ended up in the ER
Yeah.
with the kidney infection, but all good.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
And
Yeah.
family walked in and did what family does, the real definition of family, and came in and supported you. And more importantly, because it is all about me. Hello. I was like, I just need somebody to text me to let me know what's going on.
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
made sure Sadita, my daughter, made sure she
Yeah.
told everyone what was going on
Yeah,
and
I didn't
stuff.
care about everyone. I cared that Sadita went out of her way to make sure that like every 30 minutes she was sending me, okay, everything's fine, Carmen. I felt bad. Tell her I love her. I did though. I was like, thank you so much. I think it's hard when you're away.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and can I just tell a little part of what you did that really that's what threw me in a panic was for some reason I knew you were in a hallway. And I
Oh,
was like, so Rick, imagine this. I know she's been sent to the ER or she's at the ER. I didn't know at this time that she didn't drive herself or that someone didn't drive her. You were actually by ambulance you went.
yes.
Hey,
Hey,
Brian.
Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Um, and hey, hot mess. You know what? Call me whatever you want. Okay.
It's her
Are you
birthday
okay?
month. She don't care. She don't care. It's
That's
her
right.
birthday month.
Right.
Hey. But it was so weird because I didn't know all that. But when you told me you were at the emergency room, that was panic enough. And then you said you were in the hallway waiting.
Yeah, so I went by ambulance to the ER, and when I got there, like this was the busiest I have ever seen this emergency room. It was every single room.
I can't
And
even, I'm sorry,
yeah,
excuse me.
yeah.
Excuse me for one moment. Okay, I just realized who this is. Thank you so much. And I cannot believe that I just passed by your name and didn't realize who it was. I am so sorry, but thank you. Yes, my birthday's tomorrow. Go ahead. I am so embarrassed right now, but you can't tell I'm blushing because whatever. It's Debbie. You know what? I don't know. It's like Deborah and it's Debbie. It's, you know what I mean? Anyway, it just threw me. Okay, go ahead, Cynthia.
So every room in the ER was packed. So then, of course, they had beds outside those rooms and then beds next to those beds.
No.
Wow.
So talk about double parking. It
Damn.
was crazy. And, I'm outside one room and I have a procedure happening behind me, another procedure happening over here, blood going over there. And I was just like, oh my God.
But
get
me
me out of this
freaking out
place.
3,000 miles away makes
Right.
sense. Because she's texting me, and what can I do? I'm at work, and I'm like, I put everybody on hold, and I'm like, I got, and they're all like, what's happening? Do you want us to take you to Cedars? I'm like, she's in Boston. So I'm just glad you okay. It turned out all right. Yeah. Shout out to doctors and nurses and emergency rooms, right?
Man, he's definitely got to give them all credit.
Got to give them some love. Okay, is my video okay? Audio, everything?
Yes.
Yeah. 3/4 century old. Jeez, whatever, Brian. Brian's trying to get under my
not
skin.
ready, huh?
But you know what's so funny? He hasn't figured me out yet. Like, you can't bring me down. You can try, but you can't bring me down. Rick, how you doing?
Doing good. Speaking of doctors, I totally forgot that I don't have a car. And the reason I was on the phone when I first came on was I said, "Oh, hello, son. You know how you have my car? I totally forgot when I made a doctor's appointment that I don't have a car. Can you please come tomorrow?"
So he still has your car?
He still has the car. Yep. There's drama behind the other car.
You know
So-
what? I don't have children. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So I can only imagine.
And then the other funny thing that happened was, Mom went to bed, but she did something funky to the TV. It was freaking me out because every time something happened on the TV, it was like, "You are watching channel 257, Little House on the Prairie." I was like, "Why is there a ghost in this room?"
Oh yeah, no, because
I am freaking out.
it's Roku. It has the voice activation. You know how to fix it?
I did.
Okay,
I was like, "No, I'm not. You can't. No, this is."
Oh no, I
freaking me
love
out."
that. It's so cool.
I don't like it. Was
my
freaking me
favorite.
out. The voice was so creepy. I was like, "Nah."
But
nah.
I think you can change the voice, or you just get used to it, or I just think it's like a sci-fi thing, Majiggy. But what I love is you can use the speaker system, and okay, I got you, But it's just the voice activation, so it tells you everything. I think it's for the blind. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
I use it because it's cool. I think it's a cool addition.
So it's like this computer on Star Trek.
I do. I think it's awesome. It's not even Star Trek. It's like it's War Games. It's more like HAL. That's why it's creepy.
Yeah.
Not HAL, but it's on War Games. Whatever. What's War Games guy's name?
Would you like to play a game?
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot his name.
Broderick?
No. HAL, the
Broderick.
computer, is from 2001: A Space
Oh,
Odyssey.
the other movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what the War Games one name was, but anyway. So, okay, let me tell you what happened to me today. So I went to the dentist, who I've known for like 25 years, and I love him. And he was the first person. Was he the first person to wish me happy birthday? I don't know. He was, but it was so cool because he's going to watch the show and follow us on the podcast. So shout out to Dr. Vaziri, and my smile is all because of him and his lovely assistant, who she said she's always trying to be so professional because she doesn't want people to know that it's her husband. So shout out to Marie as well. She's so cool because I was confused. I walked out of the out of the area where he does whatever, the office area where he does your teeth. The room, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Oh yeah, Dr. Vaziri will be seeing you shortly." And I'm like, why is she talking like she don't know him? You know what I mean? So is this somebody I just want to
spam? Yeah.
Spam. Add to the block list? Is that what I just do?
Can.
Or is there a way to do, well, you said spam, but how do you, okay, it's done, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was, when you said spam list, I didn't know if there was a spam thingamajiggy to do.
I was just saying it was spam.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, my day started off so good. And even though there were like all these things happening throughout the day, because then I had to go to work, I was still in such a good mood and I'm so happy. And part of it is also because we're all talking about like health things. Man, we're old. We are boring motherfuckers. But I went and got my blood work done and we're at the right levels now. So I think I'm just feeling better. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm actually just glad to know that I'm back on track. So yeah.
Good.
Yay. Awesome. So we have an interesting topic. I know. Cynthia's like
I might have to put that new Lemonade song for me in a bit. I don't know.
Why?
Because just get my blood pressure up watching that video.
No, that's the second one. I don't know if that's related. Which one do you want to do? Which one do we want to talk about first? Because I think I want Andrea in on that, on the restaurant.
Let's do the more chill one. Let's build up to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you able to share, Rick?
I would think I could.
Because I'm afraid to share anything because after all the drama I'm having with here's the thing. I bought a new laptop and I can use my laptop, but I just didn't want to set it up today. And I don't want to buy a new desktop, but it looks like that's going to be the next thing I'm going to do. I don't want to, though. I don't want to. But I may do it. And I know what you're talking about. Like when you have the tabs, you can use. Here's the thing. All of my browsers have my client stuffage on it. And I don't want to, like, adding more browsers is not going to help my computer system. I need a new computer with like 1 terabyte is what's happening. And I don't have that right now. So
why don't you just get an external hard drive?
Because it's also time to just buy a new computer. It's just time. You know what I mean? Like I bought a new laptop and I was like, oh my God, I was like so happy. And I could use it. It's a really good laptop. But I just didn't feel like setting it up. And yeah. Anyway. Custom PC is best. Well, if you're going to come over here and custom PC this, you can, but I'm not going to do that. So can you share the video from, what's his name?
You want me to try?
Yeah, let's see. Why not? Because that would make it easier for anybody who's listening or wants to watch it in the future to know what we're talking about instead of me explaining it. You know which one I'm talking about though, right? Jackson, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Cool. So we just gonna see. So why? Oh, so I just do this part. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Is it okay, or should I try to make it bigger? Or?
You want to try to make it bigger, Cynthia? Can you see it?
So I'll have to go into that tab and stay in that tab, so I won't be able to see comments or nothing. But
I think it's fine. I mean, I think it's fine.
Yeah. All right, see if you can hear it. That's the real test.
If a woman is single for a long time,
you hear
like 2 years, 3 years or more, it ain't because something's wrong with her, most likely. More than likely, it's because she's intelligent. And that's not to say women who are in relationships or marriages or that get in these relationships quickly are just dumb. What I'm saying is intelligent women, they have the smallest dating pool because they have the least amount of tolerance for BS. Like an intelligent woman cannot stomach a man who can't teach her anything. And because she's intelligent, there are very few men who can. An intelligent woman can't tolerate a man that can't mentally stimulate her or that she has to explain every little thing to. An intelligent woman, she's the most likely to be insulted by a man who thinks that he can play in her face like she's dumb. So they ain't gonna last. And then add to the fact that, yes, she's intelligent, so therefore she gathers information and she acts on it more effectively than most, which means she's not gonna continue repeating the same bad relationship over and over again with a different man for years on end. She'd just rather be single. And then intelligent women perform better in the job market and have more successful businesses, so they're the least likely to depend on the man to be their meal ticket. But what I really love about these women is that they're also not easily rattled by that whole, oh, you're going to die alone. You're going to be single until you die, because they're smart enough to understand it's better to be happy until you die alone than to live miserably every single day feeling like you're dying inside.
Amen.
Amen. Okay. You know what? I don't even we need to talk about it. I think we're done. Nice to have you here all on the show.
Hey, Sue.
Hi, Sue. How are you? Thoughts, my friends? Go ahead.
He was right to the point. I don't think I can't say anything about it.
Yeah, no lies told.
Yeah, you know what? I think the only thing I would change a little bit is this idea of intelligent women, right? I think there's just women in general, like, because that's kind of subjective, like what you think is like EQ, emotional intelligence versus something else. What's his name? I forget his name.
Oh,
He's
shoot.
really amazing speaker, but it's like Jackson or something.
Derek Jackson. Yeah.
Derek Jackson, but it's like JAXXON or something, right?
JAXN.
Oh, right. It's JAXN.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's all over the place. I think I follow him on Facebook. I think that's where I first saw it, but this was on TikTok.
Yeah.
But
I agree though too what you were saying. Like,
yeah,
there's different kinds of intelligent.
yeah.
So
Right.
kind of depends what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I think it's also about kind of men starting to understand. Like, I love the part where he's like, because people used to say that to me all the time when I was in my 30s, you gonna die alone. And I was like, okay. Like,
Thanks for the pep talk. Gosh.
like, all right. So I thought that was like kind of a little fascinating part to it. And there's another guy, I don't know his name, but because this prompted part of my blog post that I wrote on carmensuarez.com, which was about why I am still single. And it is part of what he's saying. I'm not trying to diss myself, but minus the whole intelligent women this, intelligent women that. But it's also this thing that you don't want to settle for anything less than what you have by yourself. Like, my peace and my joy, if you're going to come into my life, you need to add to that. I'm not going to be stressing out about all your drama and you're going to bring down my happiness in that moment. No. It's not about perfection. It's about, can you meet me at the same level? Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Definitely. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys go ahead.
Why should you settle? It's your life, Sue said, exactly, girlfriend. Hey, Tony.
I would have loved to have Tony up here to talk about this.
Yeah, if you get the other video, you need him up here because I'll be all alone. But yeah, 100%. Yeah. Uh-oh. Did she freeze?
I keep seeing a flash. Did you guys see that flash on the?
No, you froze for a minute.
So okay, can you see me now though? Is it all good?
Yeah.
It seems like every time there's this weird flash thing that comes on my screen, you guys say I freeze or something, but it's okay now?
Yeah, it's good now.
Yeah, and this is Firefox, and it's a private one, whatever you call it. I always call it the porn website, not Firefox. But when people have the privacy one?
Oh, incognito mode? Oh no, we just lost her.
We lost her. We lost you.
I know. I don't know what's happening. The weird thing about this is I am not on a Wi-Fi. I'm on Ethernet. You know what I mean? I'm connected in. So I don't know what's happening.
That's weird.
I know. And you know what? Last week it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Strange.
And here's the thing, my computer.
Tony and Brian's comments over here.
What?
Are you reading Brian and Tony's comments over here?
No. Not paying attention. Why women are single. What are they saying? They're going back.
Tony was asking.
Tony's asking. Yeah, what are we talking about?
Yeah. You can invite them up, but I just don't want to fight with them. But Rick, you can send Tony and Brian if they want to come up. That'd be fine. Although I might lose connection, so I don't know.
I don't see why that should happen, but.
Well, so here's the thing. My computer's fine. I'm going to get a new one because I'm kind of sick of it, but I'm feeling that's not going to be, what did he just say? Debating isn't fighting, sweetheart.
Sweetheart, Lord have mercy.
How old is Brian? Is he like 12? What is he, 20? What is he, 20 something? How old is he? Does he know I could be his grandmother? That disrespect. 43. Oh Lord. Okay, I can't be your grandmother. Sorry. Did you send him? Did you send Tony and Brian a thing?
I'm working on it. Brian only does Discord, so I'm trying to open.
Look at Chris behind. Hey, Chris. Chris, I added you to my Facebook, and you took too long to respond, so I just deleted that. I just want you to know, it's a privilege to be on my Facebook page. Sorry, mammy. I know you did not mean that.
Oh,
I'm gonna just say you didn't mean that because now I don't want you up here if you're gonna be a racist dumbass.
Ryan,
I'm gonna
don't do
assume
it.
you didn't mean that.
you probably don't realize what that means.
No, you not 43 years old living in damn ass Texas and not know what mammy means. So Brian, we're not playing this to get. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Even Sue said, "Oh, Chris,
Hey Chris.
he's the reason I want to be single." Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that was good. That was so good. But yeah, but Cynthia, you're married, so come to it from a different perspective. What's your feeling on single women today? What's your thought process? You have family members who want to be in relationships and married. By the way, being single doesn't mean you don't want to be in a relationship, and that's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely different for everyone. I don't like to be by myself in the house.
Oh. Okay, but that's different. Well, wait. That actually is interesting, but we should remind people. He went on vacation. Your husband, Juan, went to be with his mother. He was like with the family, right? And he went for how long to Dominican
2
Republic?
weeks.
He went for 2 weeks with his family. You could have gone. You chose not to.
No, I couldn't go because of work, but
Oh, okay, because of work. Okay, but so it's a family gathering. He's with his mother. I swear to you, mother. He was gone, what? I don't know, 4 or 5 days. I hadn't heard from you. And I'm like, what's going on? How you doing? Whatever. We do a FaceTime thing, whatever it's called. And it was like you were depressed. You were horribly sad.
because he's like my buddy. It's like, and it's so funny because we were actually talking about that today. Because we were at the doctor's office and he's just talking. And I looked at him, I was like, you just talk too much. And we joke around like that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know why it's annoying me now. And then I was like, wait a minute. I said, I think it's because before you had your friends around, you would always talk to them. He goes, and now I only talk to you because you're my best friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was cute. I felt bad for you, but you really don't like being alone. You really don't.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Brian, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll move on. We don't have to talk about it no more. I accept that. Thank you so much. Rick, what's your perspective? Now you've been married. You are how long divorced?
2003, I think
Okay.
it was.
It's like it's like you were never married. Okay. So I don't know. There's just like a time period that passes and you're like, okay, right. And you're still single and you're not looking, right?
No, I'm content. I'm fine. Not saying this is what I always have to say. I'm not closed to the possibility, but I'm also not actively looking either. But if somebody comes along.
He's swiping as we're talking.
What? Can I ask a question?
See.
Is it because, your mom's situation? Is it because you feel like it'll be like too much to handle because of you're dealing with your mom and everything?
Well, mom's situation's only been for 2 or 3 years, and I was this way before that too for years and years and years. So, yeah, I mean now, yes, that would be an issue because it's like how you supposed to date when I got to watch her 24/7. But I mean, before though, I was free and I could do whatever, and I was good. I'm good.
Yeah, but why?
Like
you want to be alone?
Like he said, like the dude said, it's better to live alone and die alone happy than to be miserable every single day. And I know. But maybe that person won't make you. I know. I get it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not going to preach to you. I'm single for a reason, but I just feel like, I want to make sure you're not afraid of it or using that as an excuse because I think that's a difference, right?
Yeah, I don't have any fear. I literally have no desire.
Okay, Brian just said, what is the reason that women let the little things bother them that may be superficial?
That's not all
women. Just women?
Yeah. I think he's referring to his last comment or whatever, but yeah, I'm not sure I'm not sure you're in the right vibe today, Brian. I don't know what's happening, but I don't think that things that women get upset about necessarily are superficial. It's just that you don't think they're important, right? Which means that person doesn't matter to you that much if you're willing to do things that keep annoying them. And Deborah just said we were wired differently. It's true too. Tony, laptop updated. There's no time period, baby. You good.
No, I get what Brian's
Well, let me
saying.
just read it because remember, I have to do the audio. One of the things I'm trying to do is like when we talk about a comment, let's say their name, because if not, I have to delete the whole thing because the audio, people don't know that
They
we're
can't
reading
see.
the comment.
Yeah,
They can't see it, right? So Brian just said, nah, when couples argue, the minor things get brought up. Go ahead, Cynthia.
Sometimes.
I get what he's saying. There are sometimes, and it's not just women, it's men too. You can have an argument and it's for the smallest, the dumbest things. So I get what he's saying. It's not just women though. Men do like take things and they will just blow it way out of proportion sometimes. And sometimes it's just better to say, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother. You're right, I'm wrong. Let's move on.
Right.
I used to always not crack up, it's annoy me, but like when I'd see my parents fight, they're fighting about something that happened today, just now, and they're fighting, they're arguing, and all of a sudden one of them, yeah, but 20 years ago when you blah, 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 like, we ain't talking about 20 years ago, we're talking about now.
That's just bad fighting. That's trying to get under someone's skin, right?
I hated that. They did that all the time.
Melanie just said, to women, things aren't superficial. Thank you. Yeah. I think Brian's agreeing with you, Cynthia. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think for me at this age, and I do think it matters. I think when you're in your 20s and 30s, with man or woman, whatever, just that maturity level, I think something happens. Like some things don't bother me now as much as they would before. Like, for example, this past week, I sent an email to someone, they responded, I responded back, and they got really mad at my response. And they got so upset about it. They were like, you know what, Carmen, just leave me alone. Did I need some time? I was like, okay, cool. I was like, no big deal. And there were like 3 other people on the thing. And to me, it really wasn't a big deal. I understood where he was coming from. But again, I just want to throw this out there to people. If you don't know me, don't ask me my opinion. I will give it to you. I will give it to you straight up. Do not ask me. But my point is, 10 years ago, I would have been like calling Cynthia and Dre. I would have been like, I can't believe what happened. He emailed me and I don't know. What should I do? Should I call him back? Now I'm just bringing it up because of the example, but I swear to you, I have not thought about it since Monday. You know what I mean? Like when it happened. And I was like, that's the difference in maturity. You know, I think age-wise changes things a bit.
Yeah, I agree with that. As you get older, you do tend to like just blow things off, and those very superficial things, like Brian was saying, just become so dumb that it doesn't even bother you anymore.
Yeah. What did Brian say? Brian just said, I think the nitpicking is anything is annoying. I think that's just bad fighting skills. Like if you have to bring up, like what Rick said, bringing up something for like, but remember 20 years when you dented my car? Well, that's the same thing as you not picking me up today. I mean, that's just crazy. That's just bad fighting. You know what I mean?
Yes, Debbie, yes.
Yeah, honestly, you just get tired. I think you're right. I'm tired of people getting all up in their like panties in a bunch or whatever. Like, you know, like it's just not that big of a deal. You know, I disagree with you. I don't like what you did. I told you I don't like what you did. And you're mad at me. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like next, I gotta go. It's not to be mean. It's just okay. It's fine. But
nitpicking, when Brian brings up nitpicking though, if you constantly do the same type of thing over and over again, it doesn't have to be the exact same thing, but like men, we like separate everything. That's just the way we think usually. But it's like you keep doing it maybe in a different way. Like, oh, you left your socks over there, you left your underwear over there, you left your pants over there, and it's like you're looking at it all as separate events. But women tend to be like, this is what you do. Right. And it's like you're saying, oh, you're nitpicking again. No, you're still doing what pisses me off. Stop it.
Just in a different way.
Right.
Yeah. I think, but again, and this I don't know. This I don't know. I'm going to go to Cynthia. Isn't that part of the marriage thing where at some point it just becomes like you get used to certain things? Like if it's 10 years and you still are not, putting your socks where they need to be, why are you still complaining about it, right?
Look at me.
Yeah. Hi, Tony.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I mean, the married person here. I mean, is that kind of? Do you still fight with your man, with Juan, about him doing something he always does? The same thing he did when he married him.
We may not fight as we used to, like we used to fight about it, but I would be like, hey, didn't I tell you before? Stop doing this. It'll be more of a conversation rather than a screaming fight or arguing.
Okay, you think it's a conversation, but
well, to him, I'm yelling. To him, I'm always yelling. So
even I knew that was bullshit, as you were saying. I saw Tony's face. Tony's like, she's like, I'm just having a conversation with you. Okay. Tony, how do you feel about it?
Why women are single?
Yeah. That voice. Go ahead.
I think a lot of women these days, they don't want to be vulnerable to anybody anymore. If they seem to be too vulnerable.
Did you see the video we had on? Did you see the video we had on?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, go ahead. That's cool. All right, I just want to make sure. Go ahead.
So I'm sorry. What I've noticed with a lot
Tell
of
them
women,
I said hi.
I will. What I've noticed with a lot of women, if they feel vulnerable, they get on defensive. I almost don't blame them based on what history teaches people about how men used to treat women. So women are looking for a lot of their strengths right now. They don't want to give up their independence, and I don't blame them. But vulnerability, and I'll also say, it's not just the women anymore, it's also the men. Nobody wants to be vulnerable anymore. And if you give in too much to anybody, they take advantage of you. So the previous experience of being taken advantage of, they're going to put defenses up. And as much as I get it, it's not everybody, but I don't blame anybody for having their guard up and prepared to just be by yourself, because you can't trust nobody no damn well. Everybody is out for, they want what they want at the moment.
You just said a lot. You just said so much. I know. I'm just saying that's right. You just touched on. You said vulnerability. You talked about trust issues. You talk about defenses. I mean, I'm scared for you. But you just newly divorced, so it's been a year, right?
Before I was married, I was also single till I was 40. And a lot. So careful before I did it. There's a whole lot of life experience before I was married, and then I hated when my marriage didn't work. So I'm kind of on the edge.
You're on the edge about it, right? Is it me or is Tony's video going in and out? Is that just my end?
The magic background, probably.
Oh, that's right. Okay. No, Tony, we've been having issues with my connection, so I'm just worried about it. So it's not about you. I just want to read some of the comments. Brian said you didn't use the twisty tie on the bread. That's not a relationship that's going to work out if that's what you guys are arguing about. Then he wrote, what do you think the emotional and mental stimulation decline in the relationship? What do you think that the emotional, am I reading that wrong?
I think you missed a word or two because I'm not getting it either.
What do you think that the emotional or mental stimulation decline in the relationship?
You're gonna have to write that again, Brian. I think you miswrote. I thought it was me. And Deborah, it is emotionally draining. It's absolutely emotionally draining. But I do think this is what I think. I think being single and being like there was another video that was like successful women, right? So everybody's putting their own little thing. Intelligent women. And it's all men talking about this. I haven't seen one woman being like, so the reason why we're single is I have not seen that yet.
Because the men are stupid.
I think men are trying to come to some understanding as to why they're not finding their people or whatever. They're not finding their partner. And I do think some of what they're saying is true, but I also think it's also trying to understand the new dynamic. And it is a new dynamic. Women are not like, oh my God, I'm 25. I need to get married anymore. People are not doing that anymore. What?
Some are.
No, but I'm saying it's a different it's a different world. Like, you know what I mean? Like like I'm not embarrassed at all to not be married and not have children. Like I'm empowered by it. But a generation before us would never be okay with that. You know what I mean? So
Well,
that's what I'm trying to say.
you
Is
know
that
what they would have said too, but I ain't gonna say it.
what?
No, I ain't gonna say it.
What?
Tony gets it.
What? Like a whore? Or
She never
something?
got married.
What? Is that what you mean?
No,
The
not a
whore
whore.
word? Is that a bad word? Whore? No.
No, not a
Oh,
whore.
what are we
no.
talking about then?
Tony knows what I'm talking about.
Guys, this is like what I don't understand. They
But
come on
Kimmy,
a show and they're using code words. What?
they say you're gay.
Oh, lesbian, like gay, like that's what you mean?
Mhm.
Oh, you guys really are archaic. What is wrong with you?
That's my time.
Where do you guys live?
That's
In what
what I- that's-
world?
East
That's how I
Coast.
grew up.
I'm from the East Coast. Don't even put that on the East Coast. You guys are way
After
behind
30
the
years in a
time.
while, they still doing it, especially in the South.
There is not one person.
Especially in
You think
South,
I haven't
seriously.
been? I was just out east when, Cynthia. I was just
Oh,
there a month
I'm
ago.
just telling you what I see, honestly. I'm just telling you what I see.
Listen. So stop thinking that way because that's silly. I don't think anyone who would ever think in one moment that like I'm gay. Well, I'd be a lesbian. Do you say gay for both?
I think the
Yeah, you can
boomers
say for
used to
both.
think that.
That's what I'm saying. Back then,
Oh, boomers.
that's what
Okay,
they would say. Oh, you still like if Tony back then,
Oh,
40 years old. he
Melanie,
still married?
thank you.
Mm.
Melanie said Tony and Rick, that is a lame idea.
It ain't mine.
Absolutely right.
I didn't
That's
say
what
it was my
they say.
idea.
I didn't.
I think what Brian was trying to ask is what causes emotional and mental stimulation to decline in a relationship.
Oh, he wrote it again? Oh, yeah, I think you're right. What did Tony say?
Trust.
Hmm.
To answer his question, trust.
Cynthia, what do you
Trust.
think it is?
Lack of respect. Mhm.
Yeah.
God, could it be anything positive? Like, okay, can I just throw this idea out there? Is it possible that maybe when you're with somebody, things get to be kind of the same? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of gets regular and you
That's
need
what
to
I was gonna
change things
say.
up a bit.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, Ted Hicks, how you doing? What's up, baby? You
That's
going
what I
on
was gonna
tonight?
say. I was gonna say the same thing. Like you're boring, and you've
Yeah.
allowed yourself to be boring. When's the last time you went out on a date? Well, we married. We don't. Yes, you do.
We have kids.
Don't need
That's
to go
always the
on a date.
excuse. We have children. We can't go out. I'm like, well, that's your problem. That's
You
you
ain't got
need
no
to have time for the
relatives. No
relationship.
relatives. Take it to grandma, grandpa, somebody.
Oh yeah.
Do
Yeah.
something. But I think that's a hi, Cynthia, Rick, Tony,
Hey,
and
Ted.
Carmen. I like hello world. Debbie, now I'm getting so confused. Deborah Valentine, we're gonna have to talk on Facebook. I'm confusion now. You're from Connecticut, live in Florida.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm getting really confused. Okay, all right. I'm gonna talk to you later because I'm confusion right now. So, Ted, you're gonna have to just watch. Ted always comes in halfway in and wants us to redo and summarize the whole show. We're not doing this for you, baby. I love you, but no, because then you're gonna go on your show and take my Tony away. I said my Tony. That's what I said. Look at Tony.
Tony, you
He
have
gonna be
come
like-
to our side now.
Yeah. Welcome to the dark side. Like, is football and all that crap over now?
No,
Super Bowl is when? February what?
the first week.
Ooh.
End of January, first week of February, something like that.
Melanie, I have been divorced since the late 1990s. My standards have been elevated.
Good.
I got you. Go ahead, Melanie. That's right. And here's the thing. I'm going to disagree with the whole vulnerability thing, Tony, that you said. Here's why. The right man in my life or the right person, friend that I'm dating or whatever, I can be vulnerable with him and I can trust him completely. That does not make a cohabitation marriage situation. So I say it that way because I don't know if I'll ever get officially married ever again. I'm not sure. I'm not saying it's off the table. I don't think I need that at this age, right? But vulnerable and being comfortable with somebody doesn't make me think I'm going to be with somebody for the rest of my life. Does that make sense? There's
Yes.
more to it than just that. Yeah. Like that's That's like the base level. Like that's the least you have to be able to have in my life is be vulnerable and trustworthy.
Because I'll be here for a while. I don't do it. Let me get him.
Oh yeah, no, go do your thing. Ted just said I didn't know Rick lived in the tri-state. Let's go.
Ted, I've been telling
How
you
did
that for
he
a
not
year and a half. Look, Ted knew. Ted be forgetting.
He's lying. Ted just you know what? No, Ted, we're not doing you today because he's you know what he's doing? What is it again?
Stirring
What is
pot.
Stirring the pot.
He lying. Of course you knew he was from Connecticut. He's so lying. You know what? Go prepare for your show, baby. I love Ted. Cynthia, my people will be
Oh,
speaking
God.
with your people shortly. He's trying to take Cynthia and Andrea, and you can take
Yep.
them and borrow them. They're still going to be on my show always.
We could put a spin on this because here's the thing. If he's trying to take all these people, it's because they're good. Because you don't see us
I know,
necessarily trying
right?
to take all his people. Just
Right,
Just
right.
We just stole Tony.
Just
No, Tony. Yeah, and sometimes Brian, and we love JoJo. Right? So, I'm not trying to poach them though. He's straight up like poach 101. Like, okay, let's talk about our next subject. And this is actually from Ted Hicks. I don't know if I want to see all 3 minutes of it though, Rick. But it's kind of good, right? And then
it is.
here's the thing: if Ted goes on his show, maybe they can talk about it afterwards. But Ted was the one who actually asked me about this a couple of weeks ago, and I thought he was going to talk about it on the show, but I didn't see it. So you know what? Let's play it, Rick, if you don't mind doing the screen
Roll
share
the clip.
again.
Yeah, give me a
What?
sec. Yeah.
I said, roll the clip.
Roll the clip. So yeah, I don't know if they talked
this
about
any
it on
better?
Ted's show, but when I went to watch, oh,
Oh,
Andrea, how long has it been? I didn't know you were there. Hi.
oh, perfect timing.
Hi,
Were
sorry.
you there for a while?
Just a second. I was just typing in the messages, so yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna watch a clip. I think I sent it to you. Oh,
Can
we
y'all
got
hear me?
somebody else in here. Who's this? Hold up
Can
one
y'all hear me?
second.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Tony, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we're gonna watch this clip. It's 3 minutes long though, but it is good.
Can you, to make it even bigger, can you find the square where it puts us at the bottom of the screen? Because I think it'll blow it up even bigger.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna lose something here when I do this. Okay, that's
Nope,
not
not
it.
that one. I think it might be one of the last ones. There, that's good.
There
That'll
you
Is
go.
work.
that good?
Because it'll be
Okay.
bigger. Yeah. So tell me when you're ready. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here we come. Upload.
This is our next
Are you
subject.
gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women?
I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband,
I'm married.
I'm sorry, I have a.
I do have a husband though. Hold on, wait a minute.
Thank y'all.
thank you guys so
You
much.
want any dessert?
Oh no.
I don't want any
Can you separate it? I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate cake. I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate cakes? It's all women here.
No, but I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday girl. And
Invited everybody.
You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. Okay, I'm responsible for who I brought.
Okay, you're the only man at the table.
I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying with credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks
That
now?
was 2021.
Y'all
okay?
wait.
Things were different.
Not 21.
But I didn't sign up for that. Okay, there's nobody else doing
But you
the.
participate.
I know we ain't got
sorry.
shit. I know.
Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. This is my birthday, for real. Don't,
Okay, well,
we're
I'm
not.
mad at me because I didn't have anything.
No.
But you
It's
still
Donnie's
paid.
birthday.
Wait a minute. We're not doing this.
But you
No,
came
but you
though.
sat at
so
the
you still-
table.
You don't pay for a fee.
Okay, well,
Listen,
no.
Listen,
There's
I don't
gratuity
care. I don't
and
care.
everything on this
I don't care how y'all do it.
I'm sorry. Dave, but you always pay, like, you're the only man at the table. You're not going to pay the
If
check?
it's- But I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday.
This is your podcast co-host. This is your
Only
best friend.
$700.
It's only Shan.
You being cheap.
Are you kidding me right
He's
now?
honestly being cheap right now.
Okay, first,
No, if that was the case, I'd have just took you out.
are
for
you
lunch
gonna
with your
sit, Dre? Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women?
I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband,
I'm married.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I think it's repeating, Rick, so we can. Right?
So Donnie, you're good because it's your birthday, but the
Y'all
rest of
so
y'all, we want to chip in.
We're good.
Y'all are so
But you
embarrassing.
can't.
Let me
You need to leave.
not us splitting checks.
You need to leave.
I'm not paying for anything.
Rick, we can stop it now because we get the gist. We get the gist. We can move on from this. It's funny. Okay, let me see if I can get us all up in here. Where we were before. Okay, you guys get the
There we
gist,
go.
right? So I might have to take a lot of that out for the audio. So she's right there. Look at Ted all worried about Andrea. She's right there, baby. He's not even watching the clip. So the gist is there's a birthday party. Everyone comes to the birthday party, and the man at the table gets the check, and he tells the waitress, can we get separate checks? But I got the birthday girl and my wife, and all the other women at the table are like, wait, whoa. I won't say, let me just keep saying, you're the only man at the table. Why are you doing this? Like, he should have to pay for everybody. And that's just wrong on so many levels, but that's kind of the gist of it. So I'll let you guys talk about it first.
Oh,
Okay.
hell no.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
It doesn't matter that he's the only man at that table. If they're going to a dinner, always be prepared to pay for your own stuff. If when the bill comes, if he says, it's my gift, I will pay for everybody, then so be it. But always go prepared paying for your own thing. You never assume that the only man at the table is going to pay for everyone. I'll be damned if my husband is the only man at that table and is going to be paying for everybody without discussing it with me.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
It's okay. We're just gonna let the gods do what they're gonna do. I'm gonna remove that source.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just see. Do I have everybody up here? Can you guys see?
Yeah. We're good.
You simply for saying that.
Okay. Tony, you want to chime in? But
No.
you know what, Tony? Let's do you last. Let's do Rick and Andrea, and then you can go. Rick, go ahead. Your thoughts.
I feel like Andrea hasn't spoken at all, so let's let her.
Go ahead, Andrea. Your thoughts.
Yeah,
she's
I agree with Cynthia. Am I frozen?
No,
Yeah,
you're
but we can hear you.
Yeah, you can't go somewhere and expect that someone else is going to pay for you, you know. And also, I will say, like, a couple of things. Number one, if I am going to invite a bunch of people, then I would make it clear if I was going to pay or if I was not going to pay. But on their side, too, like, they just ruined that girl's birthday. Everybody just ruined that birthday, right? Like, if you're, like, just put the card down and have the argument or the discussion later. Like, that's just, and she even said at the end, she's like, you guys are embarrassing me. Like, that's just a crappy thing to do. So it was just uncomfortable, awkward. They probably had a nice dinner and that was just a crappy way to end it.
Yeah. Rick?
Yeah, I just thought the whole thing was ridiculous. Got my blood pressure up. Like
I sent you the clip and you were like, you text me back and you never go, oh, hell no. I was like,
I don't know if I said that quite that way, but I did get upset. So, yeah, why? Because I said, and what if it was like 50 women and he was the only man? You still expect him to pay all that money? And she's sitting there, it's just $700. I'm like, excuse me. Okay, if you balling like that, okay, good for you, but I ain't. $700, Lord Jesus, no.
You all gonna hate me with my opinion, but go ahead, Tony.
No, you're good. But no, I think it was ridiculous. And like everybody else said, go there expecting that you're going to pay for yourself. Now I'm going to make myself look really bad, but I don't give a crap. If this was my situation and I was there, before that even got there, I'm already talking to the waitstaff. I'm like, where's the bathroom? I ain't going to the bathroom. I'm talking to them and I'm saying, here's my credit card. I'm paying for me, for her, and for him, and that's it. Everybody else can do whatever they got to do. I don't care if you judge me. I do not care.
I don't care if you judge me.
He also could have said before they were ordering, we're going to have separate checks.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with all of you. Go ahead, Tony.
Like, I don't like that. I don't like the separate checks thing. I think it's
that's tacky. That is
But
so ghetto and tacky. Call me bougie all you want.
Call me ghetto all you want. I don't care.
Go ahead,
I
Tony.
just people who ask for separate checks are usually people who have never worked at a restaurant before.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that point. That's a good point. First of all, it's a birthday party. You expect anybody to pay for you when it's not your birthday. That's number one. Number two, you was a guest, and he actually said he invited one person. She brought her friends. I'm not paying for your friends.
Mhm.
I don't blame him for that. That was never made clear in the first place. And then if you're gonna sit there and talk about it's only $700, well then bring your money out. If it's only $700, then you can afford your part of the bill. Pay it. It ain't that hard. All of y'all could have cashed out the man, and then he could have paid for it. Now, I know a lot of people say it's tacky. Outside of what Andrea just said about working at a restaurant separating checks, I
Ooh.
got that. But
Andrea, but go
somehow-
ahead. Andrea, but
excuse
go
me,
ahead.
Andrea, excuse me. Yeah, Andrea, brown apple, I got you. The kicker is,
I haven't even called you peach schnapps yet. I mean, I'm waiting for my opportunity, but go
I
ahead.
know you are.
There you go. You just got it.
There is a lot of time when you go to these functions, like if you even try to put it out there that you're doing separate checks, people find that tacky too. So that was actually a messed up situation.
Mhm.
It's his birthday. He's with his wife and his kid, and you still expect them to pay for your check? They tacky. They ratchet, in my opinion.
Ooh, ratchet. I love that.
Ratchet. And you make a big old scene. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. I can't believe where your money at. If it's only $700, where your money at? You got so much to say and you ain't doing nothing. They a whole bunch of talkers to me. I don't like that craziness. And I see it too much. I see it a
Okay,
lot.
so here's my opinion. Because I can't believe what you people saying. Okay, first of all, let me just say at the end of the video, which we cut short because it was just taking too long, because I've seen it too many times, but there's a woman who came to the table, didn't eat anything. Okay, she's sitting there, and they're like, and the wife says, and you have to pay too, and she's like, I didn't eat nothing.
Yeah, there's restaurants that do that. You sit at the table, you got to pay still. Yes.
Okay. So here's my thing. I'm just gonna say it. This is how it is. None of those people would be my friends after that dinner. Nobody at that table would ever be invited to anything ever again. Number one, they did ruin her birthday. But number two, here's the thing. If you invite people, and this is how I do it. If I invite you to Andrea's birthday party and I'm like, Cynthia,
Sweet
Tony,
Pea, what's
Rick,
good?
we're going to be at, hey, Sweet Pea, how you doing? If, we're meeting at this place, blah, blah, and I invite you and I don't tell you, look it, you guys know I ain't got all this money. This is a restaurant she loves or whatever. We all got to do it together. So it's going to be like $100 each or whatever. I tell you up front here's the menu, whatever. That's different. But if I invite you and tell you to show up, I'm going to pay the bill.
Mhm.
And here's the thing. If you're not going to be clear about it to begin with, do not invite people anywhere. And by the way, the other part of this that you all did say, you ruined that person's birthday. That was so, to me, I would have been like, these are the worst people to not organize this together and to embarrass me in this way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That's terrible. It's a birthday and you fighting over money. And I know $700 sounds like a lot of money, but it really isn't when it's your friendships. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your friendships, and you just lost all these friends over your $100 that you didn't want to Cash App or Venmo or whatever to somebody else to pay for your thing. So,
Right.
yeah. But the woman I felt worse for was she's like, I didn't eat anything. She was like,
Well, that's making me ask another question because I've
Yes.
also been in this situation where like everybody's gonna order whatever, and some people are ordering a lot expensive stuff, some are not, and then they're like, we're just gonna split it evenly between everybody. Well, what if somebody just drank water?
I have been at a dinner with this situation before. Like I have been at a birthday dinner like that, and it was so awkward and uncomfortable because you had people who were like, I had a salad. Other people had like full meals and glasses of wine, and they were splitting
like
it
filet
evenly.
mignon or something.
It was a nightmare, and the person whose birthday it was, I think I had told her early, I was like, just go, we'll meet you at your house, we'll take care of this, don't worry about it. But everyone was like, no. And like her aunt was she's like, I was an accountant. I'm like, girl, what is even happening right now?
Oh, thanks, Sweet Pea. Melanie, I'm not saying $700 is not a lot of money. I'm saying for your friendships to like that table, that girl's birthday, I would not be friends with any of the people at that table, and over $700 is not worth it. You know what I mean? Like people could have just like if I was at the table and people know me, I have done this. Like when it gets that ghetto, I will walk over and I don't care if I'm in debt up my ass. I will pay the damn bill with my credit card and walk away. And it's happened twice. And Jay, I think you were at one dinner with me where that happened. And I don't have a lot of money, but I refuse to be in a situation where I'm stressing out the waiter or at that time it was a waiter, and also making a fool of all of ourselves that we chose to go to this restaurant. And now people are over there with pens. And this was, before everybody had things on their phones or whatever, with pen trying to calculate what their water and their, no, come on.
Hey,
then don't go to dinner.
Yeah,
like what Cynthia said. You
don't go. Salad. Like, oh my God, what is even happening right now? Yeah, it's awful.
Do you think that, so he said, I didn't invite you, my wife invited you. So do you think maybe it's a little bit the wife's fault that she should have been clear up front and said, listen,
and
y'all,
that's
it's a lot of people.
That's why I said that my husband would not do that without discussing it with me. So as a partner, the husband and wife should have discussed who was going to be there, who's going to pay, and everything like that. That should have been discussed beforehand.
Yeah, would have avoided her embarrassment.
Right. And he should have turned around and said, you know what? That's right. My wife invited you. I got this, whatever. And then he could have had his fight with his wife. Because I'm sorry, if you invite people, think about it. If I invite all of you out to dinner, I invite you and I don't tell you to be prepared, and I take you to an expensive restaurant where it's going to cost $700, are you really expecting to pay? I'm not defending the dumb comment of you're the man at the table. That's not my point. I'm inviting all of you to come to dinner. And we're going to a beautiful restaurant here in Beverly Hills. Are you all expecting to pay your own check? Go ahead,
I got
Tony.
a question. What if it was a surprise?
Prepared.
What if it was
prepared to pay? Right.
What if it was a surprise party for her?
That should have been organized. Same thing, organized. I mean, it doesn't matter. That should be more
all
organized.
Of it should have been discussed up front. If you're taking someone out to dinner, you're like, my treat. I will take you out to dinner. Not like, hey, we're getting together at fucking Dave and Buster's or whatever for somebody's birthday. You know what I mean? I've never been. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like it's one thing to like, hey, we're gonna be there, meet us there. It's another thing to organize a dinner and not tell people ahead of time what the expectation is.
You can't read what Ted is writing, but he's like, I can't wait for Carmen to bring AATJ and LNMP to dinner, lobster, shrimps, and peach schnapps. This is how I know Ted doesn't know me, because what's wrong with that comment, everyone?
Right.
So
Yeah.
much.
So I've actually been in both kind of situations.
Carmen will leave the hospital.
I'd be in the hospital if we went to a place that had lobster, shrimp, and peach schnapps. Go ahead, Cynthia. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. So the first time, I was organizing a dinner for my old boss, and there were 12 of us. We all had agreed, everyone's going to pay for their own dinner. So we get there, everyone ate, some ordered drinks, things like that. When it was time to pay, everybody's like, oh, well, how are we doing this? It's not. What I did was I just ended up paying the bill myself, and then everyone just paid me.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
That was one situation. Another situation was recently, I had went to dinner with my sister, my niece, and two of her friends and her boyfriend. Her boyfriend wanted to treat us to dinner. So there were 6 of us all together. He was the only man. Now, I was still going with the intent of paying for my own dinner because I don't know this man. I'm just going to meet him. He was inviting all of us. He was planning on paying for all of us. So when the bill came, the lady's like, oh, how did you want to do this? Did you want to split it? And it's not. And I was ready to pull out my wallet and pay for my dinner. And he's like, no, I got it. And he paid for everyone. So I've been in kind of both situations. But everything is always discussed beforehand.
But I love what you said. Be prepared to pay for your dinner. And that's a nice
Absolutely.
gesture. I mean, I take colleagues out to work all the time, like people I work with, especially when they've done a really good job. Like I don't give people personal gifts or whatever, but I've taken quite a few people out to lunch or to dinner. And one of the things that I love is when they're like, no, I can also share too, or I can pay. I'm like, I'm taking you out. It's all good. You know what I mean? But it's a nice gesture to also be prepared to pay your portion or to want to share in it, you know?
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
At least be prepared to order within your own budget instead of somebody else's. That's
Right.
Yeah. But that whole man thing, I don't know what she was talking about. That was archaic.
what they do.
You're the only man at the table. I was like, what does that have to do with it?
That's what they do. I'm telling you. That's a great example. That's what they do.
And I don't know if Brian's
Women.
still on
Table
here,
where someone would
but Brian, stay away from those type of women.
That is
Kinda
right.
with Brian.
Head the other direction.
I'm kind of with Brian.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women out there like that. Skit was up there. There are a lot of women out there like that.
I
Bobby, shut up. I didn't see what's happening. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
like I was saying, I can't imagine being at a table with someone who would say that. Like, I don't know anyone in my life who would say something like that.
You're back. You're back.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a thing. I think it's just a thing.
Gold
So what
diggers.
it is a lot of women still want to be catered to. Women still want to be spoiled. A lot of women still want to be treated like everything for them, and they don't have to do nothing but look pretty and sit back. There's a lot of women still
Okay, but
out
there's
there.
a lot of men that are jerks too. Let's
Yes, there are.
not
No,
generalize.
you're right.
There's a lot of men who are
No,
jerks.
you're right.
Okay.
The unfortunate part is if you ask this girl, tell me which was what was your favorite birthday ever and your worst birthday ever, she probably put this down as the worst birthday ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. It
Bottom
was
line
embarrassing.
is they just
I don't have
totally
friends like that. Look at
stuck
Ted
to the person
Hicks.
that was
When we
doing
all
it.
go out, I'm not even bringing my wallet. Look at, you know what? I don't have friends like that because they all know. They all know I do not play this game. We don't do this. This is just, and here's the thing. If you can't afford, you know what? Again, I go back to if I invite people, it's okay to invite people to, to like in and out. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you want to, if whatever you can afford, I'm just saying, there was a time when I didn't have, I'm acting like I have money now. I do not. But there was a time when I couldn't afford it, but I still wanted to hang out with my friends, and my friends aren't all rich. So we would go to wherever and we would, just hang out, and it would just be fun. But still, you know what? They would still pick up that tab because they invited me out for whatever it was. And my birthday, we ain't even play. I felt bad for her. I was like, oh, you just lost all these friends on your birthday. I was like, I would end that.
That was messed up.
One of my
I mean,
homeboys
would that be a game changer for you
used to work
guys?
with- I'm sorry.
What?
I was going to say something before you started, so I apologize for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
One of my homeboys I used to work with back around 10. He was going to throw a birthday party. He said he going to go all out, do all this. I said, okay, how much you need? He said, I don't need anything. I just want you to come. I said, no. This is your birthday. How much do you need?
Mhm.
I mean, he's talking about cooking, having at least 30, 40 folks over there. He was going to foot the whole bill. I said, no, I ain't going to do you like that. I said, anybody who lets you do that yourself, they're not your real friend. You ain't supposed to be paying shit. So not only did we have the cookout, we rented stretch length, and we had like a party bus to a club in Atlanta from here, which is an hour and a half drive, $200 up.
Oh, that's
And I'm looking at everybody else like, what y'all going to do? And so I kind of became the outcast, but this is my thing. And we just said it's your birthday. We supposed to
yeah.
be putting them, you supposed to be paying for nothing. Now, that's
Yeah.
something else. But don't expect somebody to set it all out and for you to just show up and be there. That's some BS to me. I go to parties because I want to have it. And they would tell me, just come on, don't worry about it myself.
Right.
You're supposed to contribute to anybody's birthday, and it's their occasion. The one occasion you can even give anybody any aspect of respect for is their damn birthday. It ain't that hard.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. You can also say, you know what? I wish I could come. I just don't have the money. That's different. Like, just say that. Like people can say that too. Yeah. But I don't know why people like, but I think it's true. Somebody said gold diggers. Oh, yeah.
It's like, were they thinking like, is there a man going at all? Oh, there is. Okay, good. So I don't have to worry about the chat. Like, were they really thinking that?
Wait. Can we just say she was a dumb anomaly? I don't want to put all women in that thing. The women I know would never do that. The young women I know would never do that. They're not that cheesy. That's what I'm saying. Things have changed, and you guys are connecting with the wrong kind of women because you keep saying women are like that. Women are like that. I'm like,
They're wrong.
surf and turf.
Well, that's one of the things that you teach your kids. Like, don't go anywhere without some money in your pocket to handle yourself, you know? And I have girls, so it's like, you are not going anywhere without enough money to pay for yourself and get your ass home if you need to.
That's right, in case of emergencies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just a tough one. I don't know. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I don't know. I just get annoyed because I think people, again, I've said this over and over again, people make a big deal about money. It's never about money. It's about the respect part. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go out to a fancy restaurant to spend time with your friends on your birthday. But you can't turn around and go somewhere and not expect to participate in some way, shape, or form. And that means pay. If you cannot pay, then don't go. You know, but they should have set it up right. I also think it's really their fault. Again, I would not invite people without the full setup. For example, if Ted was coming out to LA and we were going to go somewhere, I would tell him, we going here, but we're going to have separate checks. That's what I would be saying.
Well, Melanie said Ted's going to be washing dishes.
That's right. That's right. So, but yeah, wow, that was an interesting topic. I think we solved it. We good?
Communication.
Yes.
That's right.
It's about communication, wham, money, walk around money. Hey, are you going to be on the Ted, you guys going on now? Is he going on or is he not?
Carmen.
Yeah, what?
It's 10:30. I've been telling you this for months. His show starts at 10:30. Which is
7:30 for her.
Oh, I'm like, what? 10:30. Oh, okay. Yes. Wait, you've been telling me that for months? Are you sure months? Yes. There's a little exaggeration.
You'll see the replays.
Rick, is that true? Months?
You don't, and I just said this to somebody today. I was
Poor
like, y'all
Rick.
don't have a set time.
Okay.
You really don't. You do not have a set time.
Thank you, Rick.
Because people are asking me, so what? So you go on with Carmen at that time. What about the other guys? I don't know. Who knows?
Tony, I'm telling you, you can't take my people. You can borrow them, but they my people, okay? You can try to be on Ted's side, but the truth will always prevail, my baby. Always.
And then here go Ted with his nonsense. Lord have mercy.
That clarified.
Oh, 10:15, waiting for Carmen to end. Okay, well, we're going to end right now because we have hit the 1 hour mark. Andrea, thank you so much for making it. I'm so appreciative of that.
Sorry, I was so late.
No, it's all good. I said at the beginning, she's taking care of kids, whatever.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing over there. He just went to sleep.
No, it's all good. Tony, thank you for jumping on. I appreciate you always. Always. Thank you. Cynthia, you know I got much love for you, Cynthia. I love you so much. Thank you. We'll see you. And Rick, I love you. We'll see you all next week.
One more thing. I'm sorry.
What?
Oh,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I had to do it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone in the comments. Bye, everyone.
Happy birthday.
Bye.